Hi, it's Alki, and welcome back to my channel. Well, we have a interesting subject about New York Attorney General Letitia James. Not very happy that Trump won his re-election, and she's making threats. Um, yeah, already the governor of Massachusetts says we are not going to allow Trump to deport the illegal migrants out of our state. So it's going to be a tough battle. So here it is. Trump hating New York Attorney General Letitia James vow war with President elect in Devices news conference. It's by Greg Wiener from Fox News. I couldn't find a Democrat one for whatever reason. I don't know. Anyway, New York Governor Kathy Hochul and Attorney General Letitia James, which is two crazed, unhinged squirrel killers, by the way, because it happened on their watch. Rest in peace, Peanut and Fred, the raccoon. Who spent years prosecuting and disparaging Trump, vowed to fight back against any potential revenge or retribution that may be coming their way now that President-elect Trump will be returning to the White House. No, what he's probably going to do is deport the illegal migrants that are causing problems in New York City, especially. There's a crime problem because of a migrant problem. Not all the migrants are nice, innocent angels. You got gangs in there from Venezuela causing hell of a problems. So, no. Remember an incident involving Alan Braggs releasing some migrants that beat up police at Times Square led to a shooting aboard an A train. This is how crazy New York City has become. So, Herschel offered congratulations to Trump during the press conference on Wednesday, while also condemning his opponent or commemorating her opponent, Vice President Kamala Harris, and running mate Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, for the hard-fought campaign that really lifted up so many issues that matter to America. And hopefully when Tim gets back to his hometown, they will greet him with paintballs. The same paintballs that his police force greeted people who were on their lawns and porches during the COVID lockdowns. She acknowledged that the results may not have been what they were hoping for, but reassuring her constituents that New York has overcome hard times before. That's why I had the confidence in my team and those who we work closely that we will get through the uncertainty of the new administration in Washington. Because as you're a squirrel killer, as I said, we had done this before, Hochul said. I want to be clear that while we honor the results of the election and will welcome anyone who wants to be partners in achieving the goals of an administration of a state, killing squirrels and raccoons. Yeah. That does not mean we accept the agenda from Washington that strips away the rights of New Yorkers have long enjoyed. Stripping immigrants out of our city is a right. Executing squirrels and raccoons is a right. Having the teachers union had the schools locked down over a year and a half is a right. Wow. Talking about your unhinged. The governor reminds the public that New York is the birthplace of women's rights movement, the environmental justice movement, the LGBTQ rights movement. I didn't write that part. That's all. And the American labor movement, saying the state should continue to be a bastion of freedom and the rule of law. She also announced the establishment of the Empire State Freedom Initiative, which will focus on area local and other state officials believe could face threats from the Trump administration. Yes, like deporting illegal migrants. Oh. and she will initiate will protect reproductional rights. Abortion rights. This it's not going to be a nationalized abortion thing. It's going to be staying with the states. New York's abortion law is not going to be tampered with from the Trump administration. Civil rights, immigration. See, I told you, immigration. She wants to keep the illegal aliens because she wants them to help vote her back into office. Lying snitch. Gun safety. Baloney. Labor rights. LGBTQ. See, they don't put the plus and stuff in it. Rights and environmental justice. That's her words. Our team will do whatever we have to identify any possible threats of these rights that we hold dearly to the state of New York and protect New Yorkers, Archel says. This will include legislation, remaking appropriations, and partnerships with our congressional delegate, including the Biden administration at this time, which will be eliminated at a stroke of the pen on January 20th, 2025. She had a sour face in that conference. She calls on Trump to support New York's ongoing efforts to fund the major critical infrastructure with the NTA and to back economy development projects like those funded by the CHIPS and Science Act. We have to see. If you cooperate with the migrants, you might get the money. If you don't, I don't think so. I will work with him or anybody, regardless of party, on these kind of efforts that I know will benefit to say New York, Hochul says. However, if you try to harm New Yorkers or roll back their rights, I will fight you every step of the way. New Yorkers are resilient. We fought the first time around. We will fight again. Fight for all New Yorkers. That didn't happen on October 30th at the Peanut Freedom Farm, did it? Did it? No. Because of a lunatic, this poor guy, Peanut the squirrel, and Fred the raccoon, who was going to be released as soon as he was finished with his rehabilitation, you had him executed, looking for rabies. They didn't have any. Oh, the squirrel bit him. Yeah, he was defending his life. You were kidnapping him. What the heck you think the squirrel was going to do? Do a song and dance for you? James also congratulated Trump on his win. Why am I doing quotations? But not without spite. She told the people of New York that she and other state officials will work with Trump and the administration as possible, but without compromising the state integrity or principles. You don't have any. You killed a squirrel and a raccoon for no good reason. We did not expect this result. Gee, I wonder why. Oh, you thought that war law firm was going to help the case. You try to take his business away. You try to take his freedom away. You try to nail him with E. Jean Carroll by changing the law and all this other wonderful stuff that didn't work. But we are prepared to respond to the results. Why don't you just surrender? And my office has been preparing for several months because we have been here before, James says. We faced this challenge before and we'll use the law to fight back. Well, maybe if you're in a prison, in a cell that used to be for a J6er, we'll see how quick you change your tune. Yes, and we use the rule of law for fight back. Sorry. And we will prepare to fight back once again because as the Attorney General of this great state, it is my job to protect and defend the rights of New Yorkers and the rule of law. You know why I'm doing that, right? Because Peanut and Fred didn't get that protection, did they? Woo! And I will not shrink from that responsibility. So between 2019 and 2021, Jane says her office nearly took 100 legal actions against the Trump's previous administration, including when he attempted to put a cap on state and local taxes and try to eliminate funds and grants for law enforcement in New York because you were doing stuff you weren't supposed to be doing. That's why it's happening. You didn't want to fight crime. You wanted to fight Trump. Jane's in her office also fought to protect the Affordable Care Act, prevent a question about citizenship being put on the census, and put a stop to dismantling the U.S. Postal Service, among other things. Which led to a lot of problems in the 2020 election. She also says she knows that Trump administration playbook and has contingency plan in place to respond to any attack in the state. Except for one problem with that one. When he does get back into Washington on January 1st, he's not going to have the same people running the show. Not this time. So whatever playbook you have is going to have to go out the window because those who are playing with you are not going to be there to play with you. It's going to be other people that are going to be much smarter, much tougher, much harder on you than you ever expected. We're ready to respond to any attempt to cut or eliminate any funding to the great state of New York, as the governor outlined. Jane said, so despite what has happened in the national stage, we will continue to stand tall in the face of injustice, revenge, or retribution. This is not the first time to be fearful in New York, but faithfully and steadfast. I know that I, as the Attorney General, along with my entire team, we are the guardians of the law, and we are prepared, my friends, to fight back, she added. Of course, the Trump campaign did not immediately respond to Fox News' request for comments on the matter because they think Letitia James is a crazed, unhinged squirrel killer. And that's about it. Two women that needs to be kicked out of office as soon as possible to save New York from this crime wave that's happening right now. Crime in New York is going up and up and up, not down. And meanwhile, the real victims are guys like Daniel Penny, Trump, Peanut, and Fred. People who have been fired from their jobs from the vaccine mandates. They had not been put back to work or compensated. We don't know other victims. You might have trafficking in the state of New York and not even know it. And that's what James wants to protect. So she's not protecting New Yorkers. She wants to protect the people who are causing New Yorkers problems. That's who she wants to protect. Anyway, this is Al Ken saying so long for now, and don't forget to stop. Justice for Peanut and Fred. Thank you.